I Love You. Written by KoshiWrites on Wattpad.
You're two-faced, Katsuki!
The boy had you pinned against the wall, somehow following you home to confront you after a late-night homecoming party. The clock read 2:45 a.m.
You're one way with your friends. Probably tell them I'm a shit person. I mean, you pretend like I don't even fucking exist!
You started, back pressed against the wall.
Then you come to me the next day and pretend that none of it happened, like I don't know about your bullshit.
You shifted positions, face merely inches from his.
I mean, hell! It's not like this is coming out of nowhere!
It came out almost like a growl, while your eyes stared him down as if he were prey.
You're right,
he huffed. The alcohol radiated off the both of you. Drunken atmosphere mixing with the truthfulness of your anger was creating a heavy mood of guilt and regret. Maybe a little bit of sadness in there too.
But that doesn't mean that I came all this way to start a fight.
I've resorted to talking to Midoriya about the shit you're putting me through. And you know full well that he has enough shit from you, let alone my baggage.
Your eyes burned holes into his. The prickly bastard said nothing, though you could tell your words meant a great deal to him.
Katsuki,
you started again.
I love you. I do.
You glared daggers through the boy.
But if I'm so bad, then why the fuck are you still chasing after me?
It was almost a rhetorical question. Not expecting an answer, but welcoming one.
I'm an asshole.
He sighed, still attempting to swallow his anger.
But if I didn't love you, I wouldn't be here.
He was almost hollering at this point.
I mean, fuck! How long has it been since you kissed me and actually meant it?
You really want me to answer that?
You retorted.
I do.
He was cut off by your lips on his, the sensation changing the mood in the room. His hands traveling from above the doorframe to your waist, pulling you closer to him. Your hands rested on his shoulders, pulling him closer to you before parting ways. About 3 seconds. Your response left him speechless, his hands still resting on your lower back, hands gripping your sides lightly as he stammered for words.
I wouldn't have said it if I didn't mean it.
Your voice was cold, but the words being said were warm.
You treat me like shit sometimes, but I love you.
You glared crippling blades at the boy. You took a moment to breathe, staring deep into the boy's eyes as you did so, his eyes staring bloody needles back at you.
Remember what I said when we got together?
You trailed, wrapping your arms around the boy and burying your face in his chest.
If we go down...
We go down together.
He finished, tears slipping past his eyes.
And you're pushing me down before I'm ready to go.
You sobbed. The boy held on to you for dear life, squeezing your hurt back to love, making you feel loved and appreciated for once in the past month.
I'm so sorry.
His face buried itself into your neck, cuddling every ounce of sadness you'd felt, cradling and squeezing your doubts away in the process. Your hands following suit, wrapping his body and pulling him closer to you as you laid against the doorframe.
I'm so fucking sorry.
The tears welled up in your eyes, a mixture of resentment and forgiveness filling each drop. Your feelings clacked against the ground as he lightly sobbed into your shoulders. You recanted, taking a moment to hug the boy, the gravity of Katsuki's actions finally hitting him. He'd hurt the one he loved the most. The one person who didn't judge him for his actions was now on standby to leave him. Though he didn't see any of it until now, it was painful to know that your tears were caused by him. That the reason you'd been with that
damn Deku
all night was because you couldn't bear to face him. Katsuki had done everything that he promised not to without knowing it. And that killed him.
How can?
He hesitated, squeezing your figure snug between him and his arms.
How can I make it up to you?
Firstly,
you smiled lightly.
Stop asking me stupid questions like, how long has it been since you kissed me and actually meant it?
Done and done.
His eyes trailed your face, tears still lightly slipping past his eyes as he spoke.
You mean a lot to me, despite what you might think. Dumbass.
It was almost a nickname at this point. His cute, almost tsundere tendencies were attractive in their own way. Maybe he wasn't as bad as he made himself out to be. Maybe he just needed more character development, so to speak.
Katsuki.
You snuggled back into his chest as the boy laid flat against you, back pressed against the frame of the front door.
You can't do this to me again.
His hand wrapped your waist, gripping your figure for comfort as his faults consumed him, putting him on a mission to make up for the tears soaking into his sweater. Every barrier-breaking drop sent another gunshot into his pride, his eyes trailing the curvature of the doorframe as he thought of his actions.
I'm a piece of shit, aren't I?
Being able to admit it was a huge thing for him. The last time you'd brought it up, he'd deflect and deflect until you dropped the situation altogether. But the fact that he was able to have the insight to react the way he did was comforting, almost. You tilted your head up at the boy, watching the remorse in his eyes as your red and disturbed face looked pitifully back up at him. Though he was a dick in the moment, you knew he didn't have bad intent. The remorse was potent and raw, cueing one of your favorite comforting actions. His hands brushed the side of your face, cradling one of your cheeks as you snuggled towards the warm surface, soon repeating the 8 letters that had gotten you here in the first place.
I love you.
A warm smile reflected on the both of you, eyes soft and loving. You'd like the change of character for once. It was slightly refreshing. His cold, collected demeanor of everyday life was cute, though it was nice to see his sweet side every now and again. The hand cradling your face shifted forward lightly as Katsuki's lips laced with yours, eyes fluttering shut at sensations, your hands slithering past his neck and lacing your fingers behind it, creating an atmosphere of intimacy that was heavy and hooded, but warm and soft. Soon pulling away from his kiss, your solemn eyes met his, and one comment was made.
You do that to me again and I might have to take you.
And once again, your comment left him speechless.
You're an asshole, but you're mine.
Your lips met his again, flipping Katsuki against the wall and shifting the dominance cycle. Watching as the explosive boy before you struggled in captivity, you made one final comment after releasing your grasp on him.
And don't you ever forget it.